Episode 10 of Red Swan starts this finale with Chairwoman Park getting arrested. She is shocked when Mr. Han stands by and watches her getting handcuffed. She curses him and the prosecutors as they drag her away. Meanwhile, Do-yoon updates Won-soo on his plan to get Mr. Han. He returns to the mansion to find the prosecutors ready to search Mr. Han's house. He watches as they take away the safe and spots So-dam trying to flee. He chases after her and they have one hell of a fight. Thankfully, this time Do-yoon captures and hands her to the police. Later, he warns Mr. Han that he is coming for him, but the latter seems so relaxed. What is he hiding up his sleeve? It turns out that Mr. Han has been keeping the bloody gold bar that Young-min used to kill Chairman Duo. He visits Chairwoman Park at the prosecutor's office and blackmails her into taking the blame for him. He threatens to expose their affair that led to a son who later killed her husband. He asks Chairwoman Park to summon some motherly instinct and protect Young-min. Faced with the fear that Hwayne won't survive the truth about her affair and what Young-min did, Chairwoman Park confesses to trying to kill Won-soo and giving So-dam the kill orders. She is beyond shocked when Mr. Han reveals his true colours, but unfortunately it is too late for her. Ji Hyun asks him for a divorce, but he refuses to sign the papers. He storms out of his office and drives to his mother's house. He kicks out all the servants and takes one of the guns inside. Mr. Han sees the workers walking out and calls Miss Bayon. She tells him that Young-min is in a raging fit and he kicks them all out. Mr. Han rushes to stop Young-min from killing Yong-guk but changes his mind after the latter demeans his son. He takes a gun from his son and Yong-guk fights back. Seeing that his dad is being overpowered, Young-min grabs a gun and shoots his brother. Won-soo hears the first gunshot on her way out and rushes inside to find Young-min shooting Yong-guk again. After shooting his brother, Young-min drops the gun and Won-soo rushes to Yong-guk's side. Unfortunately, Yong-guk passes away after confessing his love for Won-soo and apologising. Even before his death, Yong-guk had tried to right his wrongs. He met with Ta-da and offered her money to cut ties with him. He made it clear that he loves Won-soo. Of course, it was hard for Ta-da to hear the truth, but at least she will be able to move on with no regrets. After Yong-guk dies, Mr. Han and Young-min delete the footage from the surveillance cameras. Mr. Han accuses Won-soo of killing Yong-guk and orders Young-min to hide. Fortunately, Do-young arrives as they take away Won-soo for questioning and she tells him everything. He mobilises the staff to find Do-young and arrest him. The police check both Won-soo and Young-min for gun residue and determine that Won-soo is innocent. After her release, Won-soo visits Chairwoman Park and implores her not to give in to Mr. Han's threats. Do-young uses the footage of Hyun-soo giving the ledgers to Mr. Han to prove that he is a mastermind. The evidence found in the safe and everything else points to Mr. Han and he is also arrested. His arrest allows Chairwoman Park to be exonerated, but she is put on probation as the investigation continues. She visits Young-min in prison and forgives him. She also warns not to trust Mr. Han as he is still keeping the bloody golden bar. Young-min loses it and attacks his dad in prison. The guards stop him before he chokes his old man to death, but it is clear that Young-min is too far gone. After solving the case, Do-young resigns as Won-soo's bodyguard. After everything they have been through, they need some time apart to heal. Do-young goes back to work as a police officer while Won-soo focuses on the foundation. Meanwhile, Chairwoman Park agrees to uphold Chairman Duo-oh's will. She allows Won-soo to use the money for good through the foundation and asks the board of directors to elect a new chairperson. 1 year later, Do-young and Won-soo reunite before she returns to Tanzania for charity work. This time, Do-young opts to come as a fellow volunteer, and we get an open ending, but for the sake of our mental health, we will assume they end up together. Red Swan is one of the few truly great revenge dramas we've had this year in the K-drama world. Rain did a great job at the action scenes and the writing in the show is pretty commendable. Of course, we'll always find a few things we don't like, but that's okay. There's enough here that is good to overlook that. Although, to be fair, I did want Mr. Han and Young-min to suffer more, and Mr. Han doesn't really feel like he gets much of a comeuppance here. Chairwoman Park did lose 2 sons though, so I guess that was befitting. It is also nice that the writers gave Won-soo and Do-young time apart. Realistically, it would have been weird if they just got back together immediately after Yong-guk died. He was not a great husband, but Won-soo needs to mourn his loss and that of her brother. She needs to find herself again, and the same applies to Do-young. He needs to figure things out after getting his revenge, and I guess we can deduce that when things do calm down, these two are going to end up together. And that's it, and that's pretty much the end of Red Swan. So what did you guys love about Red Swan? What are your thoughts on the ending? And do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel. Your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.